beautiful day for golf.
We're not good enough golfers.
Where is the beverage cart? Can't believe I paid money for this. All right, and we're going. Oh, it's
such enthusiasm.
I know.
You really lost it lately.
And we're on. Here we go.
Hey, all right.
Go back.
Okay,
Did
too much.
anybody do any golfing this weekend?
No, you're all a bunch of weenies and didn't want to golf.
I played a golf video game. Does that count?
No.
Say, I'm not a weenie.
Well, then I'm out.
I just couldn't go because the wife.
L7 weenie.
So instead, I had to go spend hundreds of dollars at Sam's Club because you guys didn't go golfing.
Yikes.
Well, you had to go?
Obviously, I didn't have any other excuses.
Well, you could have just said you were going and then just never went.
Well, I'm not a liar.
Oh, I am. I would have said that lie. I wouldn't want to drive all the way to Sam's Club. Did you go to Dubuque?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. She probably would have been back in time and be like, why the hell are you here?
Yeah, she definitely would have been back before we would have been golfing.
Well, I know we've talked about it for a while, but you guys all saw my chat, and I finally made it to PinSeekers in Deforest.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Was it everything you ever dreamed of?
The official review.
Let me tell you about it. So I made my reservation online, and
you don't need to go this deep.
Well, no. This is it's part of the service that you get. So you make a reservation online, and then select your time and the day, and then you can reserve it for how many hours you want. But you don't have to pay for the reservation online. But when you check out, they do offer things that you can add, like a bucket of beers, which are 6 for the price of 5, or if it's a birthday, you can add on to that, and that comes with a pizza or food orders, whatever you want when you check out. So I didn't do any of that, but I thought that was kind of neat. And then that way, when you show up for your time, all that stuff's prepared for you.
Oh, it's kind of cool then.
Yeah. So I got there, walked in, gave the guy my name, and then they can split it. So like we split it between 2 people. It was $38 an hour for the bay, which wasn't bad.
Bad.
Nope. And then they just tell you what bay you're at. You walk out and then go to your bay, and then they have the screen. There's like a touch screen there, and then to select whatever game you want to play. So we played like the points game where you aim at the pins that are out in the field, and they all have different points depending on how far away they are or how close your ball lands to that said pin. So we played that for a couple rounds, which was pretty fun. And then we actually played. There's a bunch of different games. We only played that one, and then we played the actual like golf simulation where you pick a course, and then it's kind of you just play it like it is until you go to putt. I thought the putting was really cool because you don't putt. So when you get on the green, they have 4 50-yard circles depending on where you're at in the bays. So we had one that was not center, but slightly to the left of us. That's the pin. So instead of putting, you actually chip into that circle.
So you can always use practice chipping.
Yeah. So then so however close you get to that, it marks you for a par, or birdie, or bogey. But it's nice. You don't even. What's that?
What floor were you on?
So we were in the middle level, so the second level. Which is actually the level where everything's at. There's a bar. When you walk in, there's, the check-in counter or whatever. But if you hang a right, there's a full bar in there. We didn't get any food, but they were carrying food by us, and it smelled awesome.
It's always just cool to hit off elevated things, like being on the second or third floor is always cool.
Right.
I know I often try to get to the water tower now and again, and
get
some balls off
a
of
couple
it.
right off top of there, yeah.
Oh, you guys are like this. So they have the machine that I take at the simulators in there, but then also it's what holds all the practice, the range balls or tailor-made yellow range balls that you play. And you don't even have to bend over to pick them up. You just put your club head by a little sensor, and they pop out, and they do a little bounce on the cement and then bounce onto the mat. So you got to pick them up if you want to put them on a tee, but if you're just going to hit them flush off the hitting mat, touchless.
Sounds
that's the same as the Top Golf is. Got a little sensor you cover up and it pops right out.
Yeah. So there's that, and then the bay itself. So where you're swinging, there's a heater above that, and then there's a heater where the table's at. So
Was it
swing,
chilly?
and then there's wasn't bad. It's Friday, but it was like 50 degrees. So I was feeling heat, and I'm like, this is kind of nice. And then there's people that walk by all the time, staff that ask if you're good on drinks, or if you're good on food. And then this one girl walked by twice, and she's like, "Would you like your heater on?" I'm like, "Is it not?" No. Well, they didn't explain. It was weird because they just said you're in this bay, and like nobody walked us out there to explain like where things were. But so the heaters are on a timer next to it. You just crank them and then fires them up. But then it stayed. Then it got pretty toasty. Like it was 48, rainy, and we were in t-shirts. Like so. Other than that, they also had QR codes at the table. So I think there's an app, or it just takes you to the website, and then you click that if you want beer, food. So you don't ever have to leave the bay. You can order it right from your phone, and then they bring it to you, and then just keep adding it to your bill. So,
Oh, that's
Was there
That's
a big
pretty sweet.
timer when it got down to the end of your time?
yeah. So we had about 10 minutes left of our reserve time. We were there for 2 hours, and then so when the 10 minutes left said you are almost done. Basically, just keep in mind you're almost
get
done.
the fuck out of here.
I just remember like the last like 2 minutes at ours with Top Golf. We were just like everybody like had a club in their hand, and we were just like rifling, like take 3 quick shots and then sprint
Yeah.
back, and then someone else went up and get 3 more, and like get as
Once
many
we
swings
got
as you can. Like
once we got past our time, I was like, the guilt was starting to set in, and I'm like, we gotta get out of here. Like this poor girl is just sitting here waiting for us. We gotta go.
Yeah, we so we got there at 1:30 on a Friday, and it was like a couple bays were for like full, but once 3 o'clock hit, that place was packed. I mean, the
Oh, I'm
people just
sure.
kept rolling in. So yeah, it
that'd
was
be a cool happy hour activity or hang out on a Friday afternoon. Like I could see that being a good time.
I think so. I mean, if you don't have to leave to go get your food or your beer and everything, that's very service oriented from what I could tell. You know, there's
So
always staff.
even if you didn't like golf, that's a good way to kill a Friday or Saturday night with your
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost
This-
more social than golf orientated.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want it to be, yeah.
Do they
Oh, they-
have club rental there if you wanted to rent clubs? Say you
They do
don't
have-
have clubs?
Yeah, they do have clubs, but you're not gonna get a full set. Like
Right. Yeah.
you're gonna get some irons and then maybe a driver, but you're not gonna get like, a hybrid or anything like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
when we did Top Golf, they basically had like every other club, and I think they'd use the other ones on the other bay, basically. Like
Oh,
the
that
right
makes
bay
sense.
has like 3, 5, 7, 9, and the left bay has 4, 6, whatever. Like
Makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it even said on the website too, recommend bring your own. So, which a lot of people did, but there was, it started to fill up. Like you said, it's a good way to kill an afternoon because you could tell people have been there before. There's a lot of people there that it was their first time there. There's a lot of people that had some beautiful swings and a lot of people that had the shittiest swing
Oh,
ever. I
that'd
mean,
be
there's
the
people.
fun. That'd be the fun part, though.
right,
I mean, there's
People
people
for
there.
watching.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people there that just like couldn't even were whiffing it or barely just popped it off the deck.
Yeah, it's more like what's the word? Like approachable or like less intimidating than like
yeah, the
trying
actual
for your
golf.
first time to go out. To take like if I were to take like Nicole, who's like never golfed before, like I wouldn't take her out for like a round of 9 the first time. I'd probably take her to some place like that where you can just swing and drink and eat and do whatever you want. Like
Yeah. And I think the pressure of not having people behind you, like in actual golf, that
Yeah.
would help a lot too. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going slow, I mean, you're probably gonna hate it golfing if you're like, oh, this is your first time, and it's like, oh yeah, we really gotta hurry up. These people behind us, people behind us. It's probably not gonna be fun for you. You're probably not gonna want to do it again.
that's only
a
a
good
WAG
point.
thing, but
Well, yeah, I play golf. Oh yeah, I don't like it. No, I don't like having people behind me. If
Yeah,
I
we
could
know.
like
You say it
reserve the
every week.
slots, well, I'm just saying if I could reserve slots behind me that didn't cost me money, I would just reserve those slots so people couldn't catch me. But
when Wags wins the lottery, there'll be a sign. There'll just be every tee time after and will be booked as well.
Like the,
Yeah.
the next hour after him.
Yeah.
You laugh now.
It was funny because they had so you have your hitting mat, and then beyond that, obviously there's like a 3-foot deep net in case somebody is to fall off. you know,
It's too-
which is good. I could see if the beers are flowing and you're swinging hard, you know, that's a very good possibility. But then also there's a big red line behind the swing mat where everybody's supposed to stand if you're not swinging. You know, I could see if you're excited and drinking and not pay attention, it's somebody could get a definite club head to the face.
Oh yeah.
I noticed.
how many. Oh, go ahead.
I said I noticed the bay next to me. They have the heaters are above you, you know, and then there's a like a grid that blocks the actual heating element in it. And the bay next to us, that son of a bitch had a dent in it. The perfect looked like a driver just went up there and put a perfect hemisphere dent in the guard.
What?
It's like damn, but yeah.
I wonder how many people just fall on those nuts on purpose too, just trying to be goofy or silly.
I don't know about on
I
purpose,
don't-
but I definitely see videos on TikToks and stuff of people actually falling in those things.
What if you fell? Is the net directly above
Yeah, so-
the level below you?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
right.
sort of. But yeah.
So you can see a net where you're at, like right
Yeah.
off the edge. And then if you look
Okay.
up, there's a net on that edge.
Could you imagine falling in it and then at the same time someone was hitting a ball and you just get pegged with one of them fucking balls?
Oh,
Gosh,
dude.
that would
No,
hurt so bad. And don't tell
Yeah.
me it hasn't happened. That is definitely happened
mean-
to somebody.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have to go like pretty much straight up. But you never know. If they're shooting a wedge or
Yeah.
something at one of the close targets, you can see it.
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to the Ridge Golf Podcast field trip to that. All expenses paid as usual.
Nice.
Yes, that
$38.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, it ain't gonna cost you much.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'll
that's
be a
good
nice
news.
trip.
I'm happy for you.
Actually, yeah. I mean, if you talk about that price divided, well, actually, I should say that. So with $38 for that, I think if you go weekends and weekend nights, like the price
Oh,
is
I'm
a little
sure.
bit more expensive. But
Probably, yeah.
It probably was more expensive once that hits that 3 o'clock hour that you were talking about. It's probably jumped up.
probably, yeah. So, other than that, they have, like I said, they have a bar there. They have a mini golf course that's next to the driving area. Let's just say, I don't know how many holes that is. It looked like 18, and then I think there's mini bowling downstairs. I didn't make my way downstairs.
Like duck pin bowling or just like a small bowling? What is mini bowling?
I don't know. It just said mini bowling, so I'm not
Weird.
sure what that.
Do you
and
put
then
it and knock over pins? Now I'm really curious what mini
There's so
bowling
many
is.
possibilities, Brady. I
That's
think
what
we
the
just have
Ridge-
to go.
The Ridge Golf Podcast field trip is going to
Yeah.
have to answer all these questions.
He ain't gonna pay for bowling.
You got to pay for yourself.
Yeah.
We're gonna check out the bowling, and then we'll all just be like, that's not what I thought it was. I
That's
think it's for a
actually it's funny as you were talking about this, like to me this was kind of like when we were younger, this is our bowling back when we were younger. Because like when we were younger, if you wanted to kill a Friday or Saturday night, we would go bowling, and I hate bowling.
Yeah,
so
the bowling
much.
alley was definitely the place to be for a while there.
Yeah, I
Or-
mean, everyone always was ending up at the bowling alley, and I hated it. But you went, and I would much rather kill a weekend here than there. But
I like them both.
The way, you're
I
made-
hate
the way you
bowling.
guys make it sound, you guys spend a lot of your Friday and Saturday nights at the roller rink.
roller rink. Yeah, dude. We used
Oh,
to
dude,
speed it up.
don't even. I challenge anyone who thinks they can skate better than me. I tore
I mean,
it.
not to get
Maybe-
off on a tangent, but yeah, I did win the cup game that one night. So
Oh, that's right, you did. I'm just fat, so it's hard for me to bend.
You didn't stretch
Yeah.
properly.
yeah, that's right.
I did not. No.
Oh,
But
what
it's
is
fun, man. The roller rink
what
was
is the
fun, man.
cup
The
game?
tunes, woo, late '90s, early 2000s.
They
banger?
still have the
Good
same.
stuff.
They still have the same playlist. So
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we found that out. Yeah, it's still the same music, same CD.
You don't mess with what's working.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now 6,
Actually-
I think.
The original. Now that's what you call music. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was any ambient music playing at PinSeekers. I want to say they had music cranking at
was.
the
Sure,
same
there
Yeah,
time.
probably
Yeah.
was, at least
Yeah.
maybe from the bar or something, like loud
Yeah.
enough you could somewhat hear
Are
it.
the bays kind of like closed off from each other, Blake? Like I realize
I mean-
there's like is there walls between you? I realize the wall can only be so big because I was like if you could hook up
No.
Bluetooth into your bay or something, that'd be kind of sweet.
No.
No.
It's it's separated by the golf ball dispenser. So there's yours on the right side, and then there's the other person's on the left side. So it's separated
so
by
it's
that.
just like bowling in that sense too.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
or less like the where they put your golf clubs and like the TVs. They all kind of like make a semi-natural divider, but you can definitely still like see through it, or you could
Okay.
reach through it and touch them if you wanted to for some weird reason.
Why are you reaching and touching people, Brady?
I don't know. You're just saying you could do it if you wanted.
I don't think he's wrong. There might be an occasion where you need to touch somebody.
Yeah, like hey,
Never.
quit doing that.
Hey,
No
you're close to my side.
Yeah.
Get away from me, and then you put the stiff arm out.
There you go. Maybe in that situation.
Yeah.
One point I will bring up is so I drive by that place twice a day. On my way to work and on my way back, and then
Congratulations.
Cool. Yeah.
well, I'm
very
just
good.
saying I go on. It's right by the interstate, and I mean it's 60 feet off the interstate.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But I'm like, I wonder if I'm like, oh, be mean to be a dick and just honk right now. And let me tell you, a lot of people honk when you're golfing.
Oh, I'm sure.
We were
I'm
saying, I mean, it
sure.
must have been like 5 minutes. Brr, 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 brr. Couple minutes later, brr, 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 brr. Just yeah.
fucking with you. Yeah.
I don't think it really mattered there. Like I said, it's such a
No,
low
there's
pressure environment. It,
Right, and there's
wouldn't
enough
matter.
other things going on. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I golf with Logan, and he was kind of pissed that the simulator wasn't picking up what he thought was correct. But it was
Tell
was
me
close
about it. I
enough.
had a couple of those guys a couple weeks ago.
He's like,
Oh, I did
no.
way further than that.
It's bullshit.
I would never.
Yeah. He's like, no way it cut like that. I'm like, you know what? It's $38. It's fine.
Yeah, even if it's a little off, who cares?
Yeah. I think we weren't like I said, we had no direction when we started playing or whatever, but I think we were probably supposed to aim slightly to the left actually. But
Because you were already offset left, or what?
I think
Or
so.
offset
I think
right?
we were offset right. So what we thought was straight down probably wasn't. We should have been turned a little bit, but at any rate, it was still fun. Highly recommend. Very good time. So we'll take a field trip.
Questions? I was wondering what you were going to say there.
Take a field trip.
We'll take
a field trip.
Yeah.
No, we're taking
Yeah.
questions.
All right. Do you guys have any questions for me?
No, I'm at the
You
audience.
pretty much answered. I was going to ask about the rental clubs and how nice they were. Or did you,
Oh, I
if
don't know.
you saw any or anything, how beat up they were? Because I'm sure they're probably just used and abused.
Oh, I got one of my new clubs today. Speaking of that,
Oh, how's that?
One of them.
just one. So I doubled down on my Big Bertha set instead of buying new irons. I bought the ones I was missing or wanted. So today was a lob wedge. And that
Nice.
came in the mail. So I was pretty excited. But I got two more coming. I'd show the audience like we typically do, but I can't even show you guys. So I won't be
You
showing
can't
anybody.
show us. So
Yeah, but I got to get them regripped and everything. So Jordan, that'll be.
Oh,
I can do that.
Why don't you back up and tell everybody about your big golf splurge?
Yeah, you're.
Oh, I did. Well, I look at TikTok to see what I normally wear on the golf course, and decided that it was time to maybe take this game a little more seriously now. So I bought myself some golfing shorts, some golfing shoes,
Hell yeah.
a bunch of tees, bunch of balls, new glove. Finally completing my set of clubs. Got a new bag,
Pretty
a new
sweet.
used bag,
Pretty sweet vintage bag. I'd have to
a
say.
vintage
That's pretty-
Callaway bag that says
pretty-
Big Bertha on it.
That's pretty.
So yeah,
Ooh,
my
nice.
clubs are all Big
Pretty
Bertha.
nice.
So what
So
I'm
I found
gathering
the-
is you got that tax return back or what?
You damn right I did. So I completed that set. Yeah, the bags, everything I bought was used, and I went on the clubs I got off of eBay, and it's
Even the
there's a-
glove?
huh?
Even the glove?
No, the glove is brand new, and the balls are brand new. I didn't buy used balls, I guess either. But I went on eBay, and gosh, I almost paid more for the shipping than I did the club, and boy, that just sucks when you see that in your total. Like,
Oh,
here's
yeah.
what you paid for the club. Here's what you paid for shipping. It's like
It's an
son of a
awkward
bitch.
size item. So like, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is like I found like the putter I wanted. It is like I love the putter, and I just bought the cheapest one I could find. But even that was expensive. That was my most expensive club, and I'm excited. It's big news. My golf bag that I got from this guy didn't come with a strap, so I had to order a new strap for it. It doesn't have the kick out legs.
Oh, it's
It's
Oh,
give and
why
take.
even
It
buy
is. It is a.
Jeez.
It is a sweet looking bag, though. I'll give
Yeah,
it.
it's a cool bag. But and here I got thinking about that. I'm like, the only time I ever use the legs, just like everybody else,
Just
is
when
either if you're walking, which I
we
don't do
Not
that,
gonna do.
no, or if you're just getting to the clubhouse and you're going inside.
Yeah.
I can stand
Yep.
straight up, so that'll be fine.
For
So-
reference, this thing looks like
It looks like a
Rodney
Letterman
was-
jacket.
Those old
No.
leather bags.
yeah, it looks like Rodney Dangerfield's bag off Caddyshack. Just that big fucking like leather.
Says Callaway, Big
Yeah.
Bertha. It's sweet. You know what? Actually, I found a bag that matched my club heads, like the exact look, like the badge on it. And I'm like, oh man, I was like, I'd love to have that, but it was like, I think it was like $150, and I'm like, no, I got this bag for $30 from some guy across the border. So, yeah, all in all, I'm
Iowa,
like,
he means.
Just the Iowa
It's
border.
across
Yeah.
the border.
they all knew what I meant.
I was thinking Canada, but
I think like all in, like all that stuff, the shoes and everything, I'm still like, I'm maybe under $300.
I was gonna say like less than the cost of Jordan's one driver. Like,
Yeah, so I mean,
That's fair.
I'm gonna at least look the part this year. I'm not gonna play the part, but I'll look the part.
Right.
So
that's
pretty
half the
excited
battle.
about it. Yeah, it is really. Like I said,
Oh.
most people aren't good at golf. They just look like they're good at golf.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, dude, you're just gonna have that mad drip.
Yeah, they want you. I mean, we've talked about that before. But that time we went to Platteville, we were just leaving. Those two kids got up on that tee box, and I think we watched. We're like, "Oh, these guys are going to smash this ball," and I think they both hit it like a combined of 20 feet.
Yeah.
It wasn't
and
good.
they looked so good just based on appearances.
Oh yeah, that's well, that's good. I mean, I'm glad you're kind of upping your gear and
Yeah, I'm figuring it
getting
out.
the swing of things. Well, I
Not
was
all
going.
my shafts match, but that's okay, I guess. Most of them do. I have two odd shafts compared to my usual shaft.
This is a lot of shafts.
Are they stiff? Shafts?
It's the graphite. They got a little more flakes in them, but that's okay. I'll live with that. My putter is steel though, which really wouldn't have mattered for a putter, but whatever.
I get a lot of
Yeah,
bend in my putter. Yeah.
And and your putter, yeah.
Yeah.
It's your
Is it-
shaft again.
What kind of putter is it?
It's the same one. It's the Big Bertha. I'll send you a picture in the group.
He just Big Bertha out. We need to get him a shirt that says.
Yeah, I
Big
doubled
Bertha.
down on the 1994 Big Bertha Callaway set.
The
So
classic.
Really getting into
It's,
that.
I was 4 at the time. It was a big year.
Top tier technology there.
Hey, really, but how much different is it from then to today? Like, it's not.
20
I don't
years
think-
different.
Yeah, but what
30
changed?
years different.
What changed?
Say the major thing, like with
Materials.
the irons maybe isn't as much of a change, but like your driver and stuff is probably quite
See,
a
I
bit
think
of
in
a
that
change.
part of the game, yeah, it changes dramatically. Irons, I don't think there's
irons
that big of a.
it's marginal, yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough for me to be making a huge difference. So there's no point in me spending that kind of money.
Yeah, we don't know the difference anyways.
Yeah, we wouldn't
No,
be able to
I
tell you
still
for sure.
I don't know ranges. I just grab a club that feels right. I think Brady
Yeah, it
goes on
looks like
feel
it's
too.
about that
Yeah.
far. I don't know.
We go
I
on
feel like you
feel.
would golf better once you learn that. Also, that's kind of
Whatever.
No, but you got to hit the ball to do that.
Now that you have that sweet bag, dude, you're gonna be running into people in their 50s out on the golf course, just being like, oh, my dad had that exact same set.
Probably some ladies saying it.
Oh yeah.
My widow, or not widow. Is that widow? Is widow
Mistress?
go both ways? Mister.
Win.
I don't know. Fucking A. I'm not
Biggest
that old
time.
yet. I don't know. Some old
Widow,
lady.
mistress, divorcee, any of those. We'll figure it out.
Alex is looking for an older lady.
If it's your widow, that means you're dead.
That's okay.
You probably don't want that one.
I don't know.
I was gonna talk about. We'll save this for next week, because I actually haven't got too deep into it. But
I made
gonna
a
talk about-
BROmosa.
oh my god, let me finish my sentence.
Nope. I'm telling them right now. I'm gonna try it. See if it's any good.
All right, let's check out Brady's drink.
Everyone look.
A BROmosa. So it is orange juice with a light beer and Tito's vodka.
Yeah.
mixed in.
Gross.
Pretty good. Tastes pretty much just like similar to a regular mimosa.
Well, how much beer did you put in it?
Like half, 3/4 of beer.
It's
That's
essentially
decent
just to
amount of
get
beer.
kind of like the fizziness of
Yeah, a little
champagne, pretty
fizziness,
much.
and then
Mm.
a little splashy of the Tito's, and it's pretty good.
What beer did you pick?
I'd use the exact one in the video, a Coors Light.
Coors Light,
There
baby.
you go.
That a boy.
Okay,
Like I
Blake.
was saying,
Very important. Glad we got that.
I'll have one of those later. But anyway,
No, you won't.
like I was saying, I got to get deeper into it. But Full Swing season 2 is out, and I've only made it a couple episodes in. But we'll talk about that next week. We'll get a little bit more.
I tell you what, I only watched the first episode so far, but like honestly, that first episode I think was better than all of last season, which I also enjoyed last season. But like I think they really stepped it up this year. That first episode was good.
We'll talk about it next week, Brady.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
I'll say it
Yeah.
Dude, you're just
Teaser.
jumping.
Tease.
A little teaser.
Brady's already done like half the segment. Just that one sentence. Just repeat what you just said next week.
Drink your BROmosa and shit.
Yeah.
The BROmosa is getting them loose.
Clip it and play it next week. Same thing.
You should do that, honestly. I would love that.
So we can finish up more on this golf cart, Alex's golf
you
cart adventure.
Fucker.
Because you said you got a tight timeline. We got this golf cart that Alex has been working on. It's gonna be something special.
Pretty much what it boiled down today. I bought metal, $200 worth of metal. Steel is not cheap right now. I'm not mad I bought it, but me and my dad welded up some stuff today, sent a picture to Blake or a video. I call him later. He's like, I think you should just use the original tub. And I couldn't find many ways to argue with it.
I gave him reasons why, not the whole tub. The rear
Here's my
end.
big reason why not. I spent $200 on metal. Did you not just hear my whole pour segment about how I'm playing with 1994 Callaway? You think I want to be that guy?
Right, but the way it was going, the golf cart was going to match your clubs. We got to make it a little bit better than that.
Oh,
So,
well, son of a bitch. If we're going for a certain old look here, why would we try to
but
replicate that?
yeah, because if you use the rear end, then what we figured out, which I'm gonna have to do some googling.
You can
but
talk about the back all you want. It's the front.
yeah. That's what I'm doing right now. What they have is, instead of your club standing vertical, where you put the loop,
Slant.
yeah, it's angled, it's slanted back like that.
They're
So
like
there's
halfway laying down.
Now you can actually, Blake, I did a little more research on this because now we're using this tub. We're going to use it. There is some slight modification, though, by the way, because it's the Columbia, and the Columbia bodies did not fit the same the Harleys did. There's one thing I have to change, which not a big deal. But on that bar on the back where your clubs would rest, there was an attachment that you could buy that was in the shape of a bow, and it clips onto that bar, and then that cradles your clubs or your bag. It cradles everything, hugs it tight, so there's no movement.
Well, I mean,
we don't want your balls flopping around.
It's the tighty
in your
whities
bag
of the golf cart.
of the industry. It really it is.
we could make a custom one of those. But anyway, yeah. So in
Let's
regard,
see some of that metal that I bought. That's never gonna
Yeah.
get used.
it's gonna be awesome, dude.
Just sell it to your dad. It'll be all right.
He already got some part of the deal for driving me up there. He's got more than he knows what to do with.
Well, you can
So-
take some back from
Yeah,
him.
if anyone wants to write in, if they want something made out of this metal, please let me know.
1994.
I will make it. Well, our Twitter never gets updated.
You
thanks
run
to
it.
me. Yeah, I know. Well, I ain't updating.
Well, to speed this up, because you forget all a lot of stuff. Anyway, we found out the rear end was bad in the original one we had. So Alex took the rear ends out of the other two Harley ones, put a new rear end in. We got extra parts now. We're getting the back end figured out with the tub, the golf club holders. So then the front end's going to be all custom with what we're going for. But it runs, it starts, stops, gas,
Moves.
brake, turns.
Yeah, I had to adjust the brakes. Brakes wouldn't grab at all. Had to adjust that.
We need
A
those.
lot of finicking with it. This guy that sold it, he's like, "Oh, this thing ran great. It was perfect." I don't know how he didn't die in this golf cart. I mean, there's no brakes at all. There was some fine tuning with the wiring and stuff. This thing couldn't have ran great towards the end of its life, but they said it did. But
You're bringing
Out
it back,
beast.
baby.
That's right, man. Bringing it back. The old Harley.
Probably did, but it hadn't ran in like 10 years, so probably it's all seized up
but
and
like
the
everything
mice ate
was
the
like
wires and all that stuff. Like,
he said, I think it was like 8 years ago. I mean, it wasn't terribly long ago.
that's plenty long enough for something to seize up and break
Well,
for
the engine
sure.
was not. I get what you're saying. I get it, but it works. Everything works fine. So the stupid rear end, I still don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a pinion thing or what, but it just didn't work right. So we had to get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it. I mean, I'll probably go through it and see what exactly was wrong with it, but I'm really glad I stripped those other two out before I got rid of the frames.
Yeah.
Good
So,
work.
well, you have to let me know how the back tub looks. Well, I know how it's gonna look, but fits
I'll
next
send
week and
pictures.
see what we can come up with to make use of that good steel you bought.
Yeah, I got to fix fiberglass now too. It's just got hairline cracks, so not a big deal. But you have to use special stuff for it because it flexes so much. You can't use like body filler; it'll just crack right away again. So you got to use like fiberglass
Called
mesh.
duct tape.
It's gonna be a rough look, right? It's not gonna be. I mean, I just upgraded my whole wardrobe. I can't be driving some busted biscuit golf cart around.
Tape with a little paint.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. It'll look good.
Yeah, so we'll keep people updating on that, and then also I can't tell exactly what's going on, tell you exactly what's going on right now, but I've been working on something.
I can tell.
No, you can't. No, not yet. There's something happening that might be some potentially big news for Ridge Golf and the website. So I will, as soon as all the potential paperwork is done, I will let people know what that is. So it's going to be pretty cool if it happens.
You need my Herbie Hancock on anything?
No, I'll take care of all the paperwork. Thank you.
You get your
Thought
hand
we
on the
were
cock.
thought we were a part-time owner here.
So, but yeah, that's all I have for this week, fellas. Make sure you guys, I know you're all busy, but you can watch a couple episodes of the old Full Swing season 2.
Yeah, watch Tin Cup yet. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
We'll
don't
figure
even
it
get me
out.
started
I
on
don't have time to do that.
don't even get me started on Tin Cup.
Yeah, we'll be here for another half hour.
Yeah,
again?
let's just end this.
All right, fellas, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah.
Later.
See ya.
Get out of here!